Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how I make these hidden paperclip embellishments for journals or whatever you want to use them on. Now I made these two to go into this little journal that I made. These were the first two I made. So these have got embellishments on both sides. There was that one and this one. And this one I made the other day. It's got a bit of washi tape, bit of lace, flower, handmade flower, and on the back I've got a pure lace flower, a little sticker and a bow. And this one is just single-sided. I haven't done anything on the back. I don't know whether I will or not. And this is just a die-cut flower that I've assembled, a little leaf, a couple of gems there, and some glimmer on the flower. And as I said, that one hasn't got anything on the back. So now I'm just going to show you how I make these. Just start off, I usually use the about 2-inch long paper clips, and I start with a piece of pattern paper. You can use any pattern paper, it doesn't make any difference at all. I'm just going to use this one to start with. So this one I think is about 2 inches by 4.5 inches, and you can see when I fold that in halves and I put my paper clip on it, I've got a bit of room down here, so it's a little bit longer than my paper clip when it's folded in half. Now, to keep the paper clip in place, we need some double-sided tape. So I'm using 1/2 inch tape, and that seems to do the job nicely. So I'll position that in about the middle and just run it over the top and down the other side. Try and keep it straight, not like mine, which has gone crooked. It won't matter. You won't see this. This is like on the inside of the paper clip. So put that down. Use our bone folder. Burnish it on so we know it's going to stay stuck. Peel that off. And then put your paper clip on. This can be a bit tricky because it wants to stick to the tape, and we want it to stick to the tape as well, but we want to push it down first, so right down as far as you can. Okay. Then we're going to use some more pattern paper. I'm using the same pattern paper. You don't need to. You can. I have also made them just with plain white cardstock. This one here, for example, that's just plain white cardstock on the inside, and I've covered that with some washi tape to give that colour. But this one I'm doing with pattern paper. So what I'm going to do is put, well, this piece of pattern paper is the same width, so that's handy. Cover this section with glue, and then position this down on top of that, so that it sits nice and square. Doesn't matter if it's a bit longer on the bottom, we'll trim all that off afterwards. You can see this is way too long, but we want that to be pressed down so that the glue adheres to stick those two pieces together. And then we're going to put glue all over this. Doesn't hurt if you put a bit of glue on top of your paper clip as well. That just helps to keep it in place. Take your glue right out to your edges, and then fold this down and line it up with the bottom layer, just like that. And once again, we're going to burnish that down so that to get a good stick with the glue. Okay, so we've got our paperclip encased in 2 coats of paper. So we can slip this over, under, over, through, and that is our paperclip. So the paperclip still works as a paperclip should. Now we're going to trim this piece off. You can choose just how long you want that to be, whether you want it to be the same length. You could make it longer, shorter, whatever you like. We probably can't make it shorter because then you might expose your paper clip. But I'm just going to cut mine off so it's the same length. Okay. If you cut 2 pieces of paper, so this one was 2 inches by 4.5 inches, I think I said. So if you cut 2 pieces 2 inches by 4.5 inches, when you fold the top one over, it won't be the same size here. So I just cut the one piece to the size and then leave the second piece longer so that I can then cut it off and it will fit properly. Now to decorate this, I'm going to use a piece of this all over lace. It's just a piece of old curtain actually, and I'm going to just cut some of that. You can decorate this however you like. I mean, it's completely up to you. Depends on what project you're going to put it into, whether you're going for a vintage sort of a look or whether you're going for more of a modern type of look. So I'm just going to use my art glitter glue here to attach that to the clip. And I have got some flowers here that I have created. I used this die. It's from Craft Barn and it's called Primrose. It comes with a stamp and a die. I've just used the die, I haven't stamped. And this leaf is also in the same die set. So we could put something like that there. We could cut one of these stamps. So we could put a stamp behind there. Then we could put something like that. So I think I'll go with that for this one. Bit of glue on the back. You can of course use hot glue for this as well. Probably a good idea to use hot glue if it's going to be real bulky. Because remember, these will be, you know, moved about. They are a mobile thing. So there we have that side. And if we wanted to do some decoration on the back, now once again it depends. If you want decoration on the back, just depends on what you're going to be using it for. So I might use a bit of the same lace. It's a very handy little piece of stuff to have. Comes in very useful at times. That's a bit too big, I think. Might trim that down a little. Just want something as a bit of a layer there. I'm going to just, I think my glue bottle's zigging up a little bit. So bit of glue and our lace. Now I don't stick the lace down completely. I might use a bit of this gold washi on here. So cut that off and just tear it. And I always like to add some glue to my washi. I find that some of them don't really stick all that well. So piece on there. Cut that off later. And maybe a piece down here. I'm going to make sure we get plenty of glue on that, considering that we're sticking it to the lace. I might just put a little bit of glue behind that to help that stick through there. Yep. So that's there. That's there. What else have I got here? I've got a bit of, I could put that through there because, okay, let's put a bit of that there. Now, normally vellum, you've got to be fairly careful where you put the glue on that, but I'm just going to put it in the centre because I'm thinking I'll probably put a flower or something on here. Maybe not such a big flower. This little flower here that just came out of my stash. Just put something like that on there. Maybe a little bit too small. Maybe one of these. Oops. That same flower again. And another little leaf cluster. So just something like that maybe. Plenty of glue. We want to make sure these are going to stay in place. As I said, you might find it better to use your hot glue gun for doing these things. But I find that the art glitter glue works fairly well. So there we have it. So we can, this is our paper clip, slides on, sits on our page like that, and on the back it looks like that. So that's how you make the hidden paper clips, but you can make them any size. I mean, you can make them really thin. These first ones that I made were quite thin. I think these are only about, what, 1.5 inches or something, maybe even less. No, not less. Oh, they're 1.75 inches wide. And as you can see here, you can add all sorts of little things to them. These are just some fussy cut pattern paper. As I said, this one is a die, and this backing is washi tape that I've used there. This one here, bit of cheesecloth, a little flower like this flower that I've done here, and some fussy cut leaves. It's the same thing on the back of that one. These were made for that little album, as I said, and they're made using the same papers, so they definitely blend in together. This one is washi tape, that same paper that I've used today, bit of washi tape. This is ribbon, so there's 2 strips of ribbon sort of crisscrossing each other, and a stamp heat embossed and coloured 3-layer flower, quite a large flower, but then again this is quite wide, like that's 2 3/4 inches wide, so that's quite a big one. I don't know that you know that you really want them that wide. This is just a piece of Pure lace, and this is a sticker from, I can't remember the brand now, and a little bow I cut from Pearlized Gold cardstock and a die. Yeah, so, and of course the one we've made today. So I hope you found this video useful, and I'd love to see your paper clips that you'd make. So if you make one, leave a photo in the comments, or yeah, I'd love to see it. So once again, hope you found this helpful, and I hope that you can join me for my next video. Bye.